At our family reunion, my father stood up, raised his glass, and said, "I'm proud of all my children, except the loser." I smiled, pulled a manila envelope from my jacket, and calmly placed the DNA results on the dinner table. He wasn't my father, and I wasn't his loser. If you've ever been humiliated by the very people who were supposed to love you, this one's for you. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and get ready for a story of humiliation, hidden truths, and the most satisfying walkout you'll ever witness. Let's dive in. Growing up, I always felt like the family's background noise. My older brother was the golden child, varsity athlete, law school, daddy's favorite. My sister? Straight A student turned doctor. Even my younger brother was the artsy, gifted one. And me? I was the quiet one who liked computers, fixed old electronics, and had a knack for business, which my father lovingly referred to as wasting time with wires. Family dinners were like award ceremonies, just not for me. If I mentioned a new project or accomplishment, my father would respond with a grunt, or worse, complete silence. I got used to it. I told myself it didn't matter, but it did. Especially when he started calling me the disappointment as a joke. You know how people say every joke has some truth behind it? Yeah, my life was the punchline. But nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to the family reunion dinner last fall. It was one of those big, dramatic events, catered food, live music, everyone dressed up, and there he was, standing up in front of everyone, a glass of expensive wine in his hand, giving a toast. "I'm proud of all my children," he said with a proud smile, then paused. "Except the loser." He didn't look at me when he said it. He didn't have to. Everyone knew who he meant. My jaw tightened, my stomach twisted. The room went still for a second, like the air itself got punched in the gut. I looked around. No one stood up for me, not even my mom. Just a few awkward laughs, a couple of sympathetic glances, and then the music started up again like nothing happened. But something had happened. Something inside me snapped. What no one in that room knew, what he never imagined, was that I already knew he wasn't my real father. A year earlier, my mom had gone through a health scare. The doctors ran genetic tests. Something didn't add up. When I quietly took a paternity test, out of pure curiosity, the results came back with a 0% match. 0. At first, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to destroy what little family connection I had, so I kept it to myself, buried it deep. But on that night, when he called me a loser in front of the people who were supposed to love me, I stopped burying. I left the party early, didn't cry, didn't scream, just walked out. The next morning, I returned. Not for closure, but for justice. I walked into his house, past my mother's shocked expression, and laid a sealed manila envelope on the dining table. Inside, the paternity test results, notarized with a sticky note that said, "You're not my father, and I'm not your disappointment." Then I walked into the garage, got in the luxury SUV I had bought him 2 years earlier, a birthday gift paid in full from my startup, and drove away. I left the spare keys and the title transfer papers on the passenger seat. I had made a copy before gifting it, just in case. He came running out, yelling, demanding to know what I was doing. "You don't get to humiliate me and keep my loyalty," I said through the window. "You wanted to shame your loser? Well, now he's gone. And so is the car." He banged on the window as I reversed out of the driveway. But that's all he could do. I moved cities, changed numbers, went no contact. Poured every ounce of pain into growing my business. And it worked. In 2 years, my tech company landed 3 major contracts, doubled revenue, and was even featured in a Forbes article titled, "The Silent Rise of a Reluctant Genius." That silence wasn't reluctance. It was survival. It was all the words I never said growing up. Now I didn't need to explain myself to anyone. One day I got a message request on LinkedIn from my younger brother. He said, "Dad's been trying to reach you. He's changed." I replied, "So did the locks on my heart." 6 months later, a cousin told me that my father tried to tell the extended family that I had cut them off because I was jealous. So I did what any self-respecting loser would do. I posted a photo on Instagram. Caption, "Raised by wolves, became the lion." The first slide was me standing beside my new Tesla. The second, A screenshot of the paternity test with my name blurred out but his bolded at 0%. The final slide? The car keys I had gifted him, now dangling on a keychain that read, "Not your son." The comments went wild. Apparently, some of my relatives didn't know the truth. Now they did. I never meant to destroy him. I just stopped letting him destroy me. And if reclaiming your worth, your truth, hurts the people who hurt you, so be it. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't spite, it's freedom. Family isn't just about blood, it's about respect, about love that doesn't come with conditions or cruel jokes. In the end, I didn't need his approval. I just needed to remember who I was all along. If this story hit a nerve, if you've ever been treated like a loser in your own family, hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what would you have done at that reunion dinner? Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories of revenge, redemption, and the rise of the underestimated, because every underdog deserves their moment. See you in the next one.